Are you frozen or are you reading? Oh, there he
I'm
is.
reading.
Hello. What are you reading?
The stats.
Are you warming up?
I'm warming up. I'm warming up.
Hold on. I gotta eat or I'm gonna die.
Here's a nameless player. Come on, here's
Okay. We are set up and ready to go for a stat show.
Drum roll. You sound guy.
I wonder if our wonderful mics will pick up the drum rolls.
I think they did. How are you, Darryl?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
On this beautiful Monday afternoon, evening. We probably could have had the stats show done a little bit earlier, maybe Friday. But you know what? Better late than never, they say.
Coulda, woulda, shoulda. All right, here we go. Please subscribe to the channel. Please.
Hey guys, YouTube's got an algorithm and it really, really help us out a lot if you could like, comment, and subscribe. This is how we can get more information out to more people and share the message of Toronto real estate.
In
Thanks.
that order. Like, comment, subscribe, and hit the damn bell.
Exactly. That's another thing that is popular.
Tony Robbins.
Another
Tony
thing,
Robbins.
Another thing that they say.
Coulda,
Tony Robbins,
woulda,
great guy.
shoulda.
Great guy. He's on my Christmas card list. So I heard the stats show came out. So this is, or sorry, this Market Watch came out from the Toronto Real Estate Board.
It did. And
Pretty important stuff.
Yeah, it is pretty important. I agree. And I think.
Do you have a copy of it in front of you?
I would say yes,
Okay.
but it is here.
Right there, second one, second tab.
Look at this. No. I made something
wow, look at
special
you.
for you.
All right.
I wonder if we're on camera. Okay, here. I'm going to put us over here because we never pay attention to that. So hello, everybody. Welcome to
Hello.
the May Stat Show.
At the Toronto Real Estate Show. If you haven't liked, comment, and subscribed, you're gonna have to ask yourself, why not?
Or why?
Here we go. Our monthly stat show.
If you're thinking about it, you might be asking why.
Thinking about it. Yeah, we're growing. The channel's growing. We're doing great. We're really happy. You know, we don't really need subscribers or subs, and we're doing fine with or without you. But
we do love you, and we would like you to
nice.
press those buttons. Thank you.
It would be nice. It would
nice.
help. So
so the floor is
yeah,
yours.
So
sir.
June 3rd,
Your
this came out.
stats, man.
We're a little bit, like I said, a little bit behind, but it's better late than never. We always like to talk about sales. So, in order to understand exactly what sales are talking about here, we're looking at May 2021. Typically, May is the best year in real estate.
Best month.
Right? Best month, sorry. It's the best month in real estate. Like, it's always been that way. There's always been more sales. There's always been better sales. Everyone says, put your house on the market in May. You're going to make more money. And that has been true for 25 years until 2017. And then 18 and 19 had some weird, years of growth and stuff like that. So we had that month wasn't drilled back into our head as being the best month ever. And then 2020 happened. What happened in 2020, May, Darryl?
2020 May. So we are here. So for what? For sales?
Sales numbers, yeah.
Sales looks like it increased from the previous month.
From April, because April was a total lockdown.
Total disaster, right? Yeah.
But still, look at that May compared to 18, 19, 20, and 21, right? Pales in comparison.
Pales.
So
I would call it a dip.
We didn't have, that was the time to buy. We didn't have the same strong sales last year in May. And so you would think 2021, things are back on track. We don't have as many lockdowns or as strict of a lockdown. Maybe we have more lockdowns.
Maybe we have
but
as many.
You think May should be the year, and it's not. March, I keep saying the year. May should have been the month, but it was March. March was the time to sell in 2021.
Ooh.
That was it. Look at that number. Look at that.
So far.
16,000 sales in the month of March, and now we're slowly going back down. Now, was May 2021 a record year for sales? No. 2016 had more sales.
More
but
sales
over the last,
off the chart. I wish this thing went further back.
It's okay. But over the last 3 years, we still had a fantastic month. So if you can look on the screen, you can look at May, the orange bar, close to 12,000 sales. What an amazing month May was.
Amazing month. That's the thing.
No complaints.
What are
Sellers
we?
market.
What kind of a lens are we looking at this market through? Anyways, we're so spoiled. We are
too many
so
graphs.
spoiled.
There's too many graphs. I always say to people when they start talking to me about, they're calling me and they're saying, "Oh, what's my neighbor's house worth?" and what's the market like? I'm like, "Are you planning on selling like anytime soon?" They're like, "No." I'm like, "Why are you driving yourself crazy then?
Yeah,
Chill
just
out.
Look at this chart and shut up.
Wait till it's time for you to move,
Look.
and then we'll figure out what's going on with the market."
Yeah.
But paying attention to the market's going to drive you crazy. It's like paying attention to the price of Bitcoin.
It's like watching the price of Bitcoin or
It's watching
Dogecoin
the Leafs
or
in the playoffs.
the cum rocket. Did you see that thing? The cum rocket. I don't think we're going to go there today. But,
No, I don't know what you're watching.
You may want to search that up. Elon Musk
Don't search that.
cum rocket.
Oh,
Anyways,
great.
so here,
All right, so here's
let's
your
get,
historic sales. This is annual sales, right?
can we get to the ever always popular year over year baloney stats before we get to the real stats? Here, I made it nice and big for you. The year over year, so we can go, oh my God, look how crazy these numbers are compared to last year. This is insane.
So 160% increase
Blah,
year over year.
blah, blah.
Let's just ignore that completely. How are we doing compared to April?
Hold on a sec. Before we go there, which is super important,
Very
I have
important.
one thing that I like or that I want to point out on this page, and I've circled it in red for everyone's convenience, other than my own, because it took time. Yeah. So here, what I want to point out is last year, when we were almost in the doldrums of the pandemic, we had to wait a whole month to sell our properties, right? Now we think it's like bananas and bonkers. We only have to wait 2 weeks. So
ridiculous.
like a year ago,
that's a 1 week sale, and then by the time I get the deposit check,
TK,
it's been 2 weeks.
Can you believe I sold? It took me a whole fucking month to sell my property for an average of over $1 million. Like, can you believe it took so long?
Something must be wrong with your realtor.
Something must be wrong with this market. It must be like tanking right now.
He doesn't have a good photographer or something.
Come on.
His iPhone isn't equipped to take the photos properly.
So, but we have halved that, which is, I guess, important or maybe not important. I don't know what it was in a normal time. I guess I could have that, but so I don't care.
Days on market.
Days on market.
Days on market is important. I mean, that just really gives us an indicator of seller's market versus buyer's market. And so where does the balance lie? And I wouldn't say that there's a figure that's attached to it, but definitely when you start seeing figures like 11 average days on market or compared to 24, you know that it's a much stronger market in 2021, right? And that the sellers are taking advantage and are reaping all the rewards. But so month over month,
if we
April.
take a step back though, and we look at this thing and we say, oh my God, like a month, like that's really not that long to sell a property for. I mean, we're not talking about like $300,000 and $2,500,000 bungalows in the middle of God knows where. Like we're talking like serious property here. Okay, here we go. I got to move us. Sorry.
Oh, you're a step ahead today, Darryl.
Look at this. Okay,
you're a step ahead.
We've got going back to January, just kind of looking at the flow of
total number of sales,
right? Just the way it's going.
Close to 7,000.
What's that?
The total number of sales, 6,928.
Where's that? That's in January. We're in May.
Oh, I know. But I'm just saying, from January, as we were growing,
oh my goodness!
If you look at new listings, that's a vital part of all this, right? Because at the end of the day, not every listing is going to sell. Not every listing is going to move quite as quickly. There's different motivations sellers have and reasons why they're listing and all that kind of stuff. But only 9,000 listings came on the market, right? But still, about 2/3 or more are getting sold, which is a really good, strong indication of a seller's market, right? We were super low inventory. And as the sales climbed up 10,000, 15,000, 13,000, we peaked in March and sales are actually starting to decrease. The number of sales are starting to decrease, and also the number of new listings.
Yeah. They're just they keep going up and down in tandem, like they're linked.
So what happens though when that happens? Exactly, because they're in tandem, which we were talking about this a lot last year about the way that the market was growing and how things were going to work. As long as the new listings are not outpacing the sales, there will continue to be a pressure on prices.
Right. Well, I mean,
because new listings has also come down, even though the number of willing buyers out there maybe not as high, but we still don't have a lot of inventory. We're still actually in less than 1 month's inventory.
No, and the way I look at this, and I know you like to look at new listings, I like to look at active listings because it's a differential between old and new and sold, right? And so we only have, 600 more listings than we did last month in this market, right? Our price has gone up a little bit. Our sales have come down, and we've only added 600 more active listings. Our average days on the market's up by 1, which is like possibly a rounding error. So it's basically the same. So like, is this even a slower market? Yes, there are less sales, but it is an insane market. Compare it to like another city. What other city compares with these numbers? Like if we look at New York, Chicago, London, Tokyo, we should do that. We should do that. I guess
not even just those cities, like even just all across Canada.
Yeah, but where the hell has the volume like this? Like this is insane amount of transactions, isn't it?
Yeah.
Am I wrong?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It's huge.
And we're sitting here going, God damn it. We don't, this
only
thing,
got 12,000 sales last month. Time to leave Toronto.
Oh God.
The real estate market's dead.
Hell, yeah. We get comments like from people.
Put my money into Bitcoin.
God damn market, I'm out of here. I'm leaving fucking market.
Yeah.
Don't talk about crypto on this.
We're still in a strong market, and there's still so many opportunities for sellers to still capitalize and get the most amount of money that they ever could. That's what they average. So let's just roll right into price. Good transition there.
Boom.
We are at the highest average price in the Toronto area ever. Maybe I should say that again. This is the highest average price for all home types in the Toronto Real Estate Board ever. Is that better?
Yeah, it's shaking the ground in my house. Whoop.
Good.
Yeah, so look at this.
That's a lot of money. It's a lot of money going on. Look at that orange bar graph.
Look at this orange line. So the other lines, they kind of, I mean, they're kind of doing around the same thing. So do we assume that, sales are going to do the same thing? This is what we were talking about a couple of days ago, that Santos just said they're just going to kind of level out for the rest of the year, which looks like is kind of
what he said. It's going
to
level out for the summer and pick up again in the fall, which is what has happened in previous years, except for 2018.
So he just went with a generic gray answer?
No, he said he was pretty specific. He said flatten out in the summer, boom market again in the fall.
Boom market again in the fall.
In July and August, there's always been a dip.
There has been a dip. And then what about this? Sales to new listings ratio, which is probably, in my opinion,
indicator of type of market it is. So
most important,
where are we at right now? We're at a huge seller's market, crazy, 70, 75%. Maybe we're down towards under 70% sales to new listings ratio. So that's a massive seller's market.
Massive.
The last time we were in anywhere close to a buyer's market was May 2018, September 2018, and that's it. Everything else was pretty much balanced or above.
So what the hell's everybody worrying about? Is this
still got lots.
Is this it?
There's still pressure on prices. There's still pressure on prices to go up.
600 new
We're not done yet.
600 new listings in the mix. It doesn't even make a dent in this city.
Yeah.
What is that as a percentage of total listings?
Look at the December 2020.
Right?
Oh.
Right before. I mean, thank God this thing kind of came up because we needed something to put the brakes on. It was going bananas.
Yeah.
Bananas. How would it? And there wasn't like quantitative like where did that bump come from?
December 2020?
Yeah, look at this
No,
trajectory.
that was during the pandemic, not 2019.
Oh,
that was 2020.
right. Oh, people went bananas. Look at this thing.
They went crazy. Yeah, right around Christmas time, things went
Even
nuts.
in 19, it was ramping up pretty good before.
So basically, the best time to sell was end of December 2020. That's when the most pressure on prices was there. Because remember, you would have gone and bought another home at that time. So even though prices have come up since then, you're buying in that same market again. So selling in December would have been great. And then as long as you bought as close to that time as possible, you might have turned out okay.
Yeah, if you're trying to pinpoint the perfect point in time to have made money. But I mean, that will just be a low point in time in 10 years.
Right?
I think.
That's what I think. I think it's really hard for people to understand that.
Based on all this stuff. Like here, look at the long-term average price trend from 94 till now.
Yeah.
That was another good segue, I think, wasn't it?
Dun, dun, dun. Like people really, truly believe that prices will not continue to go up.
So, but let's look at this. Okay. So 2008, 2009, this is when the thing just went to hell, right?
Mm-hmm.
And quantitative easing came into play here, if I remember correctly, or no? Did they flood the market with money back here? Or was it only here?
I'm not 100% sure.
Was it only here and here?
In 2017 and 18? I mean, flooding the market with money, I think, would not be the right term. I think the only time they've flooded the market with money is recently and World War II.
Well, I think recently, if what was happening right now wasn't happening, then the last round would have been flooding the market. But now this pales in comparison. But look at those two bumps. Whatever could have caused them? But nothing happened back here.
Well, no. I mean, isn't
this weird?
You were investing back in that time, right? 2008.
Yeah, I got clobbered. But
yeah,
I don't think it was because...
it wasn't the same market that we're in right now.
No, but they were talking about changing some tax law or something then.
The years that they're missing, the last time there was a market like this was 88, 89. That's when prices really started to shoot up.
Shooting up.
And they almost doubled, right? In a matter of 3 years or something like that. Right? Where everyone's house went from 150 to 300,000 and they said, "Wow, I can't believe it." And then in one day, it just totally got obliterated. Right? But there were so many other factors. Like the interest rates were so high, unemployment was super high. And that was a real unemployment rate, not just a bunch of people sitting at home collecting CERB. There was low immigration. There's a lot of factors.
It's not even the same planet. And back then, I think money was different too. I don't think money was just keystrokes back then.
Yeah. Right now, that's it.
Well,
it's the URL.
And who really knows? They have these charts that show how much money is in circulation. I mean, who's checking this? How do we even know? Do you see what's happening in the stock market right now with these naked short positions where people are basically shorting positions they don't even have title to and never will have title to? They're shorting 140% of the stock, which that doesn't work, right? Because there isn't 140% of stocks. So anyways, I'm getting all crazy here.
Someone's not keeping track of something.
Something is not the same. And they are just throwing money at it. And you see on the chart, the boom, spike. So now we have a bunch of inflation all over the place and in our house pricing. And now what? Nothing. Interest rates are not going down. They're going up. So things will get even less affordable in the near term and supply won't come online and people will flood into the market. So what's going to happen to pricing? Is there an end in pricing anywhere close to in sight? It's just, what's going to stop pricing?
It's hard to justify, right? It's hard for you to come up with a plausible scenario that says that we're going to have a change in pricing strategy. That all of a sudden there's going to be this massive wave of power sales and bankruptcies that people are going to be forced to sell their homes. Otherwise, who wants to sell their home for less than their neighbor did?
Where the hell are those people already? Like, we're waiting a year and a half for them.
We're waiting. Isn't your deferral cliff over yet?
Not all of it. So what?
I was looking at some American stats because they were talking about the average foreclosure timeline, right? And it was like 2.5 years or something like that. And these people aren't even in foreclosure yet. So it's like, even if that were to happen, even if the market were to crash because all these people are in forbearance, which is the same thing as mortgage deferral, it would take them 2.5 years before they would even have their houses up on foreclosure. So it's like, so where is all this inventory coming from? Mr. I'm going to sell my house and rent tomorrow. Where's the inventory going to come from? Right?
Nowhere.
It doesn't exist. And there's so many buyers out there right now that it's just going to be continually gobbled up. That's it.
I don't think, I'm pretty sure that there's a whole bunch of people that would love nothing more than to provide this city with the supply that it needs.
Yeah. But that's another show that we can talk about that. Right now we're looking at
numbers.
How many buyers out there, right? How many buyers out there are desperate to buy, who want to buy, who are going to buy no matter what.
So hold on.
When people go and they go to they go to the Gap or they go to whatever retail store they go to, right?
Okay.
And they're inside the.
Do you want me to pick one?
Sure.
Bath and Body Works. Boom. Go.
Bath and Body Works. I'm inside Bath and Body Works.
Yeah.
Right. And it's okay.
What are you looking for?
I'm looking for some bath bombs. Okay.
Ooh, okay.
And all I came in to buy was bath bombs, and they're $3 or $4 each, right?
Yeah.
But I got a little bit of extra money in my pocket.
Ooh.
And all of a sudden I see some face masks and some aromatic bubble bath.
Oh.
Right?
Yeah.
So when I get into the store and I have all these options, I say, hey, why not? Why not splurge? Why not get a little bit more than I came here for? Because I'm here, right?
Sure.
It's the same thing with housing.
And I got more money in my pocket.
People are looking and say, well, you know what? The guy paid $500,000 for that house a month ago. I'm gonna pay $550 because I want to make sure I get it. I'm tired. I don't want to look anymore, and I'm tired of all these multiple offers. I'll pay $550. Then the next house comes on the market, and there's 6 offers, and that guy says, you know what? That guy just paid $550. I'm tired of this. I've been looking, and I'm okay to spend an extra $50,000. I came with $550 in my pocket, but I'll pay $600. And it goes on and on and on, and people keep paying more and more and more and more. And that just becomes the new benchmark price in the neighborhood. Now, every seller, when they call their agent and say, what should I be selling my house for? They're going to say, well, in January, it was selling for $500, but in April, the last guy got $600. So what do you think the seller's going to say?
Hold on a sec. Tell me. In the last year, as these prices are ramping up, and this is happening, right? Because this is not a fictitious story. Is there no appraisers going, hang on, guys, like 3 months ago?
It's consistent. It's all across the board.
Yeah, but at some point, somebody has to go like, hold on a sec. Like, this is not the actual price. This is just what the last asshole was willing to pay.
That's the market.
Yes, but that doesn't mean
there's
that it's
enough
the value.
Data. Also, appraisers aren't going inside houses right now.
It's not the same as value. The purchase price is different than the value of the home.
Value is subjective.
That's why we need more robots. Because
robots would be objective.
They're objective.
They would say, I'm sorry, 4 bedrooms, max price, $425,000.
What? That's what we need. We need an app that goes, are you fucking crazy? Like, the last dude just paid, like, right? $150,000 less 3 days ago. Stop it.
Okay. So right now, that's the protections that the bank has. So the bank says to the buyer,
and then the
sir,
bank,
you paid $500 for that house. We only think it's worth $425. We're not going to finance it anymore. And his wife goes, well, it's got the bedroom we want for the kids. It's got the backyard we were hoping to get to put the pool. I don't care if it's $500. Let's pay the bank what they need for the $425. We'll pay the $75. out of our down payment because we were going to put down 200 grand. Now we'll only have to put down 125, and that 75 grand will come from our down payment. We'll cover the shortfall. Done deal. That's it. So yes, I know maybe some people won't be able to do that, but
hold on. How many
for the most
people
part, these people.
How many people are going 50% over and above the minimum down payment? That can just go, oh,
There's
yeah,
lots.
hey.
There's lots of people moving equity from homes right now, and they can only qualify for so much mortgage. They've done well over the last 10 to 20 years, and they're putting down $4, $5, $6, $7, $800,000 on their next purchase. That's happening out there for sure. A lot of people I'm working with.
So here, let me tell you a story that happened today. A little quick one, really quick, because we're almost done.
We're done. This is the last part of the show.
We'll end with this. So our friend of the show, Vitaly, calls me this morning. He goes, "Holy!"
Texted him this morning.
Did you?
Yeah.
So he goes, man, this is crazy. He goes, I just bought a 2x4 for $12.50. I go, okay, that sounds pretty high, but I don't really have like a point of reference. He goes, on Friday, I bought it for $10.25.
Yeah.
It went up over 20% over the weekend.
Yeah.
Holy.
Yeah.
So
that's crazy.
How are new home prices going to not go crazy?
Well, new home prices, resale home prices, everything is it's just going up. And so the part that also you wouldn't understand, just because you haven't been able to go through this emotional roller coaster yet with very many people like I do, is that people are fed up. People make these offers, and then by the time they get to their fourth or fifth offer, that's when they finally clue in that unless they do something bold, they're never going to get a house. And that's why they end up going in at these high prices. And everyone's going to say, oh, they overpaid. And then a month later say, man, I wish I bought the house that guy bought. He was smart. Yeah. Oh, he overpaid. I can't believe he paid so much. A month later, wow, that guy got the house that had the pool. Yeah. That guy knew what he was talking about. Yeah. The guys who overpaid in September 2020, imagine. They're up like $100 grand on the smallest house out there. It could be $400,000, $500,000, $600,000 on something that's in the multi-million-dollar range.
But
they overpaid.
So, and that was part of the conversation I had with Vitaly. Also, I was talking about my cousin who's a gigantic developer, and he said like, I wonder what he would be saying right now about the market, and why don't you go ask him? And I was like, listen, every time I've ever talked to him about it, he has always had the same answer. I'm buying, right? Mm-hmm. I'm buying, right? You buy in the dip, you buy in the not dip, you keep buying, and with a long term.
Let me know when there's something to buy.
When there's a long term play, then like these little things that we talk about every week, they don't matter. They're just noise, right? Yeah. Ignorable noise.
Yeah. But you have to train yourself.
Well, you have
to train yourself to be in that mindset always and say, no, I am long-term. As long as I can get it and the numbers make sense today, I'm not going to worry about what the market's doing tomorrow. Right? That's what a good investor does.
That's it. And most people that are buying their house, it's not an investment. They shouldn't look at it as one. It's a house.
No.
I live here. I'm going to live here.
I can afford it. It's got the bedrooms I need. Got everything I need to do.
I like the fence.
Kids are going to go to the right school.
I like the school. I like the fence. There you go.
So Darryl and TK on the Toronto Real Estate Show told me it was a good investment. They told me Toronto was going to keep going up. I better buy.
I better listen to those guys. Because you know what? Soon as the audience grows, and more people are listening to us, that will create a frenzy.
If you haven't liked, comment, or subscribed at this point, also, if you'd like to leave us a review on Apple Podcasts.
I think we're on a few different podcasts. We're on Spotify too, yeah.
Yep.
Right.
Any other place that you listen to podcasts.
I think we're right number 2 after Joe Rogan on Spotify.
I think so. It goes Joe Rogan and then the Toronto Real Estate Show.
Toronto Real Estate Show and then a few other guys. I haven't heard of
a few other guys who are whatever.
Podcasts.
But that's awesome. I appreciate it, Joe. I'm glad we got this done.
Yeah, it was good.
This Sunday, do we have a guest?
I don't believe so.